Okay, a wonderful evening. If you are here already and you can hear me, just put a one in the comments. I think one person is here already. Lower than. Oh, that's not my business. Okay. Uh, if you're here already and you can hear my voice, just drop a one in the comments. Drop a one in the comments if you hear and you can hear me. Let's roll. If you can hear me and you can see my screen, just drop one in the comments. Okay, Akintola Moses, thank you. Let's just wait in a few minutes for others to join. I think you're the only one here right now, or rather, the both of us. How was your day, Akintola Moses? Trust you had a wonderful day. All right, thank you, Moses. Who else is here? Drop one in the comments, please. Oh man. Oh, Sadaba. Okay, maybe I should put up a music so that the space won't be boring. No need. So if you're here already, please drop one in the comments. Moses, I've seen yours. Who else is here? Who else is here? Let's go. Let us go. Moses, hope you can see my screen. Okay, I think your second one mean you can see my screen. All right, thank you. Thank you, thank you. So if you hear drop one, we are moving now. Moses, I hope you were on this space yesterday. I hope you were on this space yesterday. Okay, Felix Fidelis, thank you. Thank you, Felix. Please, if you are not subscribing if you're not a subscriber yet to this channel, please do. Because this year we are going to be doing our classes, and this year we are going to be dropping our. Okay, Moses, thank you. That's cool. So this year we're going to be dropping our tutorials. So it's a very big resource center for us. And if you're not following us on Instagram, Facebook, please do. We just launching our brand, and there's expectation. We feel the expectation. So we are anticipating the numbers of persons we are going to help to find their feet in tech world. Okay, now let's go. First and first, let me explain some few things to us. Let me explain. I will explain some few things to us. Then we move ahead to do a practical this evening. Because yesterday we were looking at. So far we've looked at shape drawing and styling. Okay, so we did that yesterday, and today we are going to move. We're going to move forward, and I think we have 2 days more left after today. Okay, so now first of all, the first thing we are going to look at today is fonts. Let's look at fonts. Font is the first thing we're going to be looking at today. Now we're going to be looking at font download and installation. A lot of us know how to download and install font, but there are still people who still do not know how to download and install font. So we're going to quickly look at it. And so what is font? Okay, a font is a style of characters used in writing or printing text. It determines how the letters and symbols look and can greatly impact the visual appeal and readability of the text. Example includes Times New Roman, area, and Helveticas. So these are font names that I just listed below. And one thing I want us to understand is that so long that design is concerned, your font, the choice of font you use plays a key role in your designs. The choice of font you choose to use play a very key role in your design. There are some fonts that just make your design naturally beautiful, and there are fonts that will make your whatever your job um so rough. And I believe none of us want to have such experience. Okay, so very quickly, just hold on, I'm trying to, all right, trying to prepare a screen. Then the next thing I want us to look at is this. Now when we're talking about design, there are certain things, there are certain approach you we want to give to your design to make it appealing. So when it is not appealing, it is not a design. When it is not appealing, it's not a design. So there are a few things. There are a few things you want to do. Number one of the things that affects your design greatly is your arrangements. Your arrangement matters a lot in whatever you're doing, in whatever you're designing. Your arrangement matters a lot. You know, then your choice of fonts also play a very key role. Your choice of fonts, it plays a key role, the kind of fonts that you want to use. Then number three, your colors and background, they matters a lot. So we have to put these three things into consideration while you are designing. So you have to look at these three things carefully while you are designing. Number one, your arrangements. Your arrangements must not look rough. It mustn't look rough, because when it's rough, automatically what it means is that your design is not going to be presentable. So your choice of fonts, if you use unnecessary, there are fonts that are just unnecessary. There are times I see some what's it called, some designs online, especially on people's WhatsApp status, and I'll be like, who designed this and which pastor accepted this design, and who is the PA or church staff that posted this, that let this design out on the internet, that a lot of people are not copying this design. I mean, people are not reposting the design. Okay. Then another thing is this. There are two other things that I want us to look at. Now, if you must make a great design, if you must make a great design, now one thing you must also put in focus is number one, simplicity, and number two, clarity. Simplicity, and I say here, I say learn to keep your design simple. Your design must be simple, very, very, very simple. Design doesn't have to be too complex in order for you to be. In fact, when it's too complex, you know, people will just want to skip it. Now, if you look at brands that are actually selling, I'm talking about logo right now. If you look at brands, now you see logos. Then you see some very simple logo, and at the end of the day, the brand is selling. So a design must be, as much as a design has to be unique. So whatever concept you are doing as a design has to be something that is really, really, really simple for people to you know, relate with. It has to be really, really, really simple for people to to be able to relate with the design. And say use few font styles and colors as well. Now, one mistake that people use in or people make in their design is that they want to use all the fonts that they have on their system. They want to, I'm going to show you how, where you, some sites where you can get fonts and how to download and install. We'll get to that point. Now, some people want to use all, majorly all the fonts that they have in their system to design, because they feel when you change font this and that, it will become beautiful. But the reverse is the case. So when you use SS font, when you use SS font in your design, automatically you are going to have it uh, on the wrong side. So the same thing applies to color. Now, when you are designing, for instance, me, I'm very, very careful with the kind of colors that I use. First of all, I have to understand the kind of design that I am doing. Every niche, when it comes to designing for brands, for instance, every niche you see, every business, every industry, you discover that they have their own colors. There are colors that work with them. I'm going to put up a tutorial that explains colors, and I'll share the link with everyone so that you can get yourself used to it. But because of the amount of time we have for this training, I want us to get more value. So we don't have time to explain those things deeply. Okay, so the colors you are using matters a lot in your design. When you put excess color in your design, it becomes so childish. It becomes a child's play. So you see, for instance, if you are looking at certain brands, you see they use two or three colors, and when you get to a nursery school, this daycare, kindergarten, and all those stuff, you see colors everywhere. They will have to mark the wall with purple, pink, orange, green, lemon, so on, and so they will pack all of them together to make it appealing to the children. Okay, so when you pack excess color on your design, so you must understand how to use colors. The same thing with fonts. Don't use excess fonts. When you use three different styles of fonts, is fine. Okay, so when it exceeds that, just imagine if on your notebook, the notes you write within school, you have different handwritings in the same page, up to about 4 5 handwritings in the same page. Automatically, it makes see it is a turn off. Okay, so you must be careful with the numbers of color that you use and the numbers of fonts that you use. Number two, now I talk about clarity here. Clarity, very important. Nigerians prefer watching videos and pictures rather than reading. So, which means Nigerians, we don't read. Let me use myself as a case study. If you all those people that are broadcasting messages on WhatsApp, if you send me a broadcast, I just open it and it's long. I will close it. I won't read it. I don't have time to read SS text. So if you want me to read it, then just keep it, make it brief. Whatever message you are sending, it should be very, very brief. If not, I'll skip it. Now, not just me. This one thing that is attributed, that can be attributed to Nigerians. We do not read. We do not read. So when you see a poster that is pasted on the wall, the first thing that your eye gets to is the pictures. So, for instance, when somebody posts a test on Facebook now, you see, okay, if you want to practicalize it, post, a post. Facebook will ask you what's on your mind. You just write, oh, today is a good day. Glory be to God. Just share it. I can tell you, it's not going to get traffic. It's not going to put traffic. It is not going to put traffic at all. But the moment you just stand close to, maybe it may not be your car, maybe someone's car, you just stand close to the car, and somebody just take a picture of you, or you take a selfie of yourself, then post it on Facebook, and just do one funny caption. Even if you not caption it, just post it on Facebook. You see, you will have more likes, more engagement than the ordinary text that you posted. So Nigerians, we practically do not read. So what we want to see is picture, video, picture, video. Okay, so that's the reason why your design has to be simple, and it has to be very, 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 very clear. So therefore, your design should be visually clear and able to convey the message at a glance. At a glance, somebody should just look at your design and just know what it is all about. As a matter of fact, your design should be catchy enough and very simple and clear enough that somebody see it. You just look at it, and all of a sudden you just know what the design is all about. Okay, so that is that. Then very quickly before we go to practical, I want us to look at the types of flyer design. Few types of flyer design that you will always come across in your journey. Very, very important that we know this. Number one, business flyer. Now, when we're talking about business flyer, we're talking about a flyer that is being made to advertise businesses, their goods or their services. Okay. Now, number one, you have real estate, and you have fashion flyer, you have makeup flyer, etc., etc. So you must study all these different kinds of flyer to understand them. Because if you don't have a clear understanding of them, that's why in my early days, about 7, 8 years back, as a graphics designer, when I just started my journey as a graphic designer, one of the questions that I encountered most from people, they will ask me, they will see my portfolio, my little portfolio, then they will see ask you, can you create or do you create a real estate flyer? But I just presented a portfolio to you, and you seen me create flyers. But why asking? Because so now you must understand that as the industry is different, the approach to the kind of flyer is very, 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 very different. So when you are designing a real estate flyer, it is quite different from when you see a real estate flyer and a fashion flyer and a makeup flyer. There is a very huge difference among between all of them. And one other thing you need to understand about all these industries and their design is that you need to study, number one, their as in their choice of colors, and you respect their choice of color when you are designing for such industries. Number one, makeup. If you look at makeup artists, majorly they use purple, they use black, they use pink, and they use gold. Purple, black, pink, gold. So if you are designing for a makeup brand, if you are designing for a makeup brand, except the brand has her own kind of colors that they want you to apply to their project, but definitely it won't be far from the colors that I'm calling out now. So if you can never see a makeup studio using blue or using red. Is rare. Fine. I've seen one. I think I've seen one or twice, one or two that have used something similar, something like relative to red, but majorly is pink, purple, purple, gold, and black. Now, the reason for that is because in design, there is what's called gender differences in design. Gender, you have to consider gender. Why? Because their target audience, a makeup studio's target audience is the female. And so there are feminine colors, there are feminine fonts. So women love script fonts, script fonts. So that's why most what's it called for makeup studio, you see, they majorly use script fonts mostly. So why? Because their target audience is women, the females. So they have to adopt feminine colors and feminine fonts. You get. Then faction, the same thing. They have colors that they use in that industry. So real estate, except the brands have their own color, then you have to stick with their color. So you must study. I'm going to share on the group after this class some samples of business flyer, samples of religious flyer. Now, when we're talking about religion, we're talking about either a church flyer or Islamic flyer, or whatever religion. So now, when we're looking at church flyer, you discover that the approach to a business flyer is not the approach to a church flyer. You will get it wrong. If you have a business flyer mentality, if you are so good at real estate, if you are so good at fashion and makeup flyer designs, they are styled, they are unique anyway. And if you are not, if you've not gotten yourself used to church religious flyer kind of design, like me now, a day I've been designing for churches for so long. There was a day someone gave me an Islamic flyer I think they were doing whether Ramadan or what's it called, and so someone gave me a project to do. I can tell you, I struggled with it. First of all, I'm not used to the kind of elements that they use, so I have to keep on searching. Then I have to go to a site like Pinterest to go and just browse some flyers, that designs that relates to that. Then I have to start copying concept ideas from all those things. And I can tell you that was my first time coming across a design, a flyer for an Islamic event. And I can tell you, wholeheartedly that I struggled. I struggled with it. So you also look at church flyer, and in the same way, church flyer, there are so many factors. There are a lot of factors that also we need to consider while you are creating a religious flyer, a church flyer, for instance. Number one, you have to understand, first of all, the women in ministry, the women in ministry, there are certain things that they go with. Like in terms of font, women love script font, and in terms of color, they love purple, they love pink, and all those baby pink, and all those what's it called? This teen green, and all those stuff. So women love that. So except they specify that we have a kind of color that we want you to adopt in our design. Okay, so you do that. But majorly, women, they as in they love all those things, purple, pink, and all those stuff. Then script font and other. But when you are designing for a man, for men, for instance, from my experience, I can tell you, when you want to use a woman approach for a masculine design, the man will tell you change this font. So because men love fonts that are bold, men love fonts that are bold, men love fonts that are bold, not all those ones that will now come and be bending and bending and bending. Though you can apply a script font while you are designing for a male, but majorly men love flyers to be bold. They want it to be bold. Then you have sports flyer. It could be football, could be yoga, it could be basketball, baseball, whatever. I'm going to give us I'm going to give us some samples of all these things. And please just follow my what's it called Instagram. I share tips there, and I'm going to be sharing tips there a lot. Okay, and if you're not subscribed to this channel, please do. Thank you so much. So I hope everyone there's an understanding of what I have explained so far. So please, if you are still here, how many people are here? Okay, if you are still here and you understand what I just explained now, or you have a question, just let me know in the comments very, very, very quickly before we proceed. Let me know in the comments. Thank you. So let me know in the comments. Oh, da 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 do da 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 da. Any question? I'm waiting. I love when people understand, though. There's no need to rush. If you are not understanding a particular stage, we'll go over it again, over it again, over it again, over it again till you get it. It's pointless rushing. All right. So who is here? If you got what I just explained now, put yes on the comments. If you have a question, type the question in the comments. Okay. Wow. We have over 200. Okay. Are we there? All right. So because I'm taking my time to. Okay, Monday Amendu, thank you so much. Okay, that's good. I'm taking my time to explain this because after this training, we're going to have a webinar, and I'm going to show you, some few ways you can actually break through as a graphics designer. Some few ways you can earn and have a life-changing experience as a graphics designer. But the most important thing I want to let people know is that the level of your knowledge will determine how far you go in this, in this thing. So, all right, thank you so much. We are going to practical right away, and I'm going to share my Photoshop screen with you. By the way, I believe everyone here has a Photoshop installed on his or her system. Thank you. So we move now. I'll share my screen. Oh, Barate. Okay, here we are. Here we are. Here we Um, I hope I saved what we did yesterday. If not, really gonna be. So let me check if I saved that. Class, 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 class. Shapes. Okay, let's see. Okay. Oh, there's another one that I did not save down. Very important though. Okay. I think we did here. I mean, we did this yesterday. And if you didn't join our class yesterday, the link, the video is still up there. And if I will still share the link in the group so that you can go through it and know what we did. Just get yourself used to it. Okay, so tomorrow is going to be practical day. Practical day. Okay, that's that. I'm gonna let me open another. Okay, now all I've been saying since. Let me explain all I have been saying since. For instance, in terms of font, let me say okay. Let me use this. Let me use this, and I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, let's assume. Okay, sorry about that. Okay, let's assume this is a design, and let's make this another font now. Let's make this another font, and let's make this another font, and let's make this. Sorry, let's make this another font. So you see, it won't look well. Okay, undermining the fact that we just have few lines, about 4 lines here. Now, when we give them a different font style, you discover that is looking rough. It's looking rough already. It's looking rough already. So um even if you are using up to about 3 different styles of fonts, there are fonts that are similar that you can just use, and the difference won't be obvious. Very, very fine. That's very, very, very fine. Okay, that's for that. So we talked about arrangement. Another thing that I want us to note is that in terms of color, your design is colorful, doesn't make it beautiful. Your design is colorful, doesn't make it beautiful. There are people that create design on a white plain background, and the design will come out so well. So it is your arrangement, your concept that matters a lot. Let me show us some few design that I'm doing for one of my church. Where's the folder? One of my church ministry arm. Let's see, where is it? Oh yeah, where is it? Just hold on while I go through the folder. Okay. Okay, man, they gave by. Then let me get this one. Okay. Okay. Now you see, like this for a single destination. This is on a plain background, which just some few elements and my text. So now, the first thing that I try to achieve here is a proper arrangement of the text. I didn't want a situation whereby you just throw some text here, you throw some text here, and at the end of the day, everything is looking rough. So your design has to be neat. So that's where your what's it called uh, arrangement comes in. So whatever elements you are using, so everything should be properly arranged in a way that your design will look attractive. Okay, everything should be properly arranged. Okay, like this as well. You see, that is the these are single that nation. That is their branding style. Okay, that's the branding style. Okay, so they don't want different colors everywhere. Okay, so these are the three colors that they are using. A gradient of this blue and this orange, then black. That's all. That's all. So you discover that my ability to just settle down and do a proper arrangement will make the work beautiful. Now there is no heavy background here. In fact, this is 80% a plain white background. 80% a plain white background, and you can see it's so fine. So the major thing here is the text arrangement number one, the choice of text that I used number two, and the color number three, the color combination number three. You see, so these are things you should have at the back of your mind while you are creating designs. All right, so is someone here? Are we following? Are we following? Uh, are we following? Okay, I should be getting response. So I love response. I don't want to assume what I'm saying is you are grabbing what I'm saying 100%. So I need response. I need questions. Okay, thank you, Felix. Thank you. Okay, now let's come back. Oh, I told us I was going to show us how to download fonts and how to install. I'll do a short tutorial. Let us not waste time on that. I'll do a short tutorial now. I'll share the link with us so that you can just get yourself used to it. Okay. So now I want us to do an arrangement. I want to do a flyer. Let's just assume we want to do an event now. I'm going to start with church flyer. I'm going to start with church flyer. So now let's assume we are going to do an event. In an event, when you are given a content to work with. By the way, the fewer your tests, the prettier and the more clear your what's it called your design is going to be. The fewer the text. So if you have a way you can advise your clients, advise them. Text has to be a very very few. So that's why I personally do not love working with some of our Nigerian pastors. Why? Because they have their own problem. One of the problem is number one, they will send you want to design a flyer, not front and back, just only front. Then at the end of the day, somebody will send almost a full page to you. Reviver, 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 reviver. City of God International Ministry cordially invite request your friend to our 3 days open air revival. Tagged, tag. Jesus is coming soon. Then another they will go again. Team, it is your time to laugh. Dates and so 30th of October 2023, 4 p.m. at venue international conference hall, so and so place, Lagos State. Then host and so woman of God, and so man of God, the woman with abundance of grace. I was on the mountain when God called me, and God said, go to the city of Lagos, go and preach to the city. All those things are not necessary. And at the end of the day, you discover that I've once had an experience where someone sent what's it called, a content for me to work with, and I was okay. Thank you, Felix. So I was forced to ask the person. Now, this content you sent, this particular design, how many page is this particular design? And the person said, not front and back. Oh, it's going to be one page. I told the person, please, I beg you in the name of God, I can't do this. Like, I can't do this. Why? Because a whole page was just filled up. And funny enough, she also gave me a draft. She drew everything. She had a sketch of everything, how you where you wanted to put this particular word. Then you come and put this other word here. Then you put this picture here. You come and put this word. Madam, please, I beg you in the name of God. This design I can't do. So the fewer the test, the fewer the test, the better, the more professional your work is going to be. If you work with churches in UK, churches in United States, or outside this our African region, like you will enjoy their work. Like it's so beautiful. Few words. Okay, now let's say, okay, let me go to Poppins. I love Poppins. Hey, I don't teach you now test. I'll do tutorial on that. Very important. So one of the things you people should do, if you are a graphic designer that no test, I mean that no font style. Oh, you will love yourself. Okay, now let's assume we have the team of the program, like Jesus encounter, Jesus encounter. Then the name of the church could be Jesus Glorious Church. Let's assume they have a logo, they don't have, but we look for something to represent a logo. Okay, Jesus Glorious Church. Then the date is Wednesday 26th, 26th, Wednesday 26th. What's this month? July 2023 at 10:30 a.m. 10:30 a.m. Okay. Then venue King's Hall, King's Conference Hall, King's Conference Hall. 2, Allen Avenue, Ikeja, Lagos State. Lagos State. Okay. Then let's say the name of the pastor is okay, let me not use my name. Thomas Clay. Senior pastor stroke host. Senior pastor stroke host. Then guest minister. Okay, let's assume they will not have. Okay, I'll write the name of guest ministers later because of time and space. Now, inquiries. Call. Okay, let's say Samson 08020000000. Then Bola 09056666000. Okay, then I have to remove this. Reduce the size. Then the size. Then do they have social media? Okay, social media. Let's say all their social, Facebook, Instagram. Glorious. What's the name of the church again? Jesus Glorious Church. Jesus Glorious Church. Then they have a website www dot Jesus JG JGC dot org. JGCLagos.org. Okay, now if a church or someone give you a job with just these details, so beautiful. So then you are not looking for where to. Okay, now first of all, I know some people want to say they want to sketch out a concept before they start drawing. I've never done that. I've never done that in my life. But the best thing I want to show you is this. Now, as a designer, if you do not want to be if you don't do not want to be stuck, one of the things you must learn to do is to always go for design inspirations. There are some websites where you are going to have design inspirations, but what has always worked for me is that fine, I may have a picture of what I want to do before I start. At times I may not even have the picture of what I want to do before I start. I just start. You understand? So why I'm starting, but because I have already gotten myself used to some certain things, and I've seen some a design idea that other people have created on maybe some website and all that. I just get started and I try few things just to see what's going to work out for me. First of all, I try to understand what the concept of the program is. Okay, now Jesus Revival, sorry, Jesus Encounter. Let me close that first. The first thing I want to do, you see, this is the theme of the program, which is the most important test in this design. It should be giving his respect. So first, what I want to do, if I leave it on this straight line, the two on the same line, I'm not going to be very, very creative with it. First, what I do is that I detach the words. I just remove this. I cut that Jesus encounter and the encounter and leave Jesus on his own. Then I put encounter there. So another thing that I want to do is that now these are the words. Then I want to blow it up. I want to increase the size. How to increase as you're going to see your what's it called character, whatever here. Then you take it to whatever points that you want to take it. But you can hold your shift, control and shift. Sorry, shift and alternate. Sorry, and drag it at one anchor point. Okay, okay, control and shift and alternate. Sorry, this is not CFC. Sorry, you can just hold your what's it called um alternate key down and drag it. So, but above all, this Jesus encounter has to be the main test, because that's the event. Okay. Then the next thing I want to do, I want to look for some font that is going to work for me. So I'm just going to play around it first of all. Now I'll come here and just open my font. Then if I know the name of a font, I'll just go direct. I'll type the name there. If I if I want to try some fonts out, you must have installed these fonts to your laptop. Okay, so for me, let me see Bebas. I love Bebas. Let me type it. Sorry, Bebas. Okay, it's giving me Bebas. No, then I can let me see. Let me increase this because I want to make Jesus the main test. Then this encounter, I would love to style this encounter. How will I style this encounter? Now, if I leave it like that, it's not going to be bad. If I leave it like that, it's not going to be bad. But I need something more. I need something more professional. I need something more professional. So in this case, what I would love to do, I'm still going to increase this. So in this case, what I would love to do again. Wait, sorry. Let me. Ooh, reduce the spacing. It's too much. So let me reduce the tracking, the spacing between the letters, just too obvious. Okay. So in order to get something here, the first thing I would do now, let me see if I can make this a script font. I know Mokan. Let me see if Mokan will work. Mokan. And let me change the color. No, that's not working. Let me see. Southern. Okay, Southern. Let's see if this is gonna work. Jesus. I am not liking it yet, but let's go. I'll come back. I'll come back to it later. I'll figure out. So let me take this Lagos to this same line just to save space. Let me align. Let me see if anybody's okay. Then I'm gonna bring this here. Don't forget, we are still gonna add. Sorry, my system. I don't know why my system is dragging. I don't know. I've not switched it up for some days now. Okay. We are still going to come back to all these things. So now, first of all, let's bring this down a bit. Don't forget, we have pictures, maybe like 2 pictures, the main pastor and the guest pastor, 2 pictures that are coming. Then this date, let me keep this date aside, the date and time aside first. I want us to be very, 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 very creative with the date and time. Very, 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 very important. Very, 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 very important. Then now let me look for some pictures that I can just use. Let me go to my download folder to see if I can use. Okay, let me take this one. Which other one? There's this mouse picture that I used recently. Okay, let me take this one. Where is the picture? Just hold on. Just hold on. Okay, let me take this one. All right. So I have 3 pictures. So let's assume this is going to be our host. And another picture. My system is dragging. Why? Then, okay. Let's assume this is going to be our host. I told us in the first class, if you want to remove background from a picture, you have to unlock the layer here. Now, there are various ways to remove picture. Manually, you can use your polygonal lasso tool. Sorry, you can use your polygonal lasso tool to select the edges of the body round. Then you apply a feather or maybe 1 or 2. Then you remove the picture. But this particular version of Photoshop that I'm using it has a feature that will allow me remove a background effortlessly, like without doing all those stuff. And there are some online software that you can also use to remove pictures, and like photo room and remove.bg. You can use those to remove background from picture, but the challenge with those ones is that the pictures may come out blurry except you pay for their package before you can download pictures in HD. But to some extent it's usable. So if I want to remove it with Photoshop, I will come to select menu, then I'll click on subject. So the person is the subject. The person is the subject. So you see, Photoshop is just going to help me do the work to highlight the body of the person, and I'll just look through if there's anywhere that need to be fixed properly. And but before starting the design, you must have gathered all your elements. So I'm supposed to have done that. It was a busy day for me. Supposed to have done all this. Okay, let me look. Okay, a part of his head is not working, so I'm going to use my polygonal lasso tool to add this part of ear, then add this part as well. I didn't do that well. Then add this part as well. I still need to. So it may not be perfect now because of time. Then I'm going to select, you see, select mask. Just click on select mask. A part of his body is I didn't see that. I didn't see that. But let's go. We roll. Okay. So here I just come here. Where's my output? Okay. I'll just select this, the contaminant. I'll teach us this. Let me just, for the sake of this class, let's just move on. Okay. Then after this, I just rasterize, convert to smart object. I rasterize. You don't know that yet. Don't get carried away with it. Sorry. Let me use Control A to highlight, Control C to copy. And where is our design? Okay, that one is there. I can close the window now. Let me see if somebody is. Sorry, let me check. It's like I have a message on. Then okay, let's go. Then I can, scale this down so I can see the whole of the body. Then okay, this one, the background is removed already. I just move it and bring it here. Just move it and bring it here. Then I can as well scale it down. Can as well scale it down. Then I have this one. Okay, I also have to remove background from this one. No need to unlock this one because Photoshop is going to do the work. If I want to do it myself, I will have to unlock first. Network is disturbing some guys. Let's go, Photoshop. Okay, then I'll come here, select mask, then the contaminate colors. Okay, let's go. All right, the background is out. Then convert to smart object, then rasterize. Then I can highlight and move. And here we come. Here we come. Okay, the first thing first, let me close this, close this. So let me work on them individually. Because if I want to blend this to the background, I want it to fade to the background. So I'm going to use my polygonal lasso tool to select the parts that I want to blend to the background. Then I right click there and I select my feathers. So let me blend at 100 feather, 100%. Okay, I start deleting now till I get what I want. Okay, okay. Then let me close that picture first. Then this one, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to do the same thing. Then I start deleting. Okay, I'm going to close this first. And this one, I'm going to do the same thing. Deleting. Then let's go. Let's go. So because let me open the pictures right now. Okay, because this man is the host, every picture has to move behind him. Let me move this one behind him, and let me move this one behind him as well. Then I can highlight the whole of the pictures. Let me reduce it so that okay. Now you see, let me move this one on top of that picture. Okay, yeah. Then for the lady, you see the lady is hiding too much, so I have to flip horizontal. I have to flip it the other way around so that I can move her picture. Okay, I have to flip it so that I will have the best results. Then let me magnify this man's picture because he is the host. He is the host. If I move this one behind, no, he's hiding. That guy is hiding. Okay, so let's go. Go. Okay, so you see, I'm taking my time. It's because of you guys. I'm taking my time. If I want to do this flyer, it won't take me time. Sorry. Let's take my time to explain. Okay, let's reduce this a bit so that we can bring it down. Then this, and this. Let's bring it down. Then Jesus encounter. Let's bring it down. I would have loved to increase this. Okay, I can still increase this encounter. It's too small for my liking. Okay, I can use it that way. So don't worry, you're gonna see the Jesus. But by the way, let me. I was supposed to change my background to black first. Let me just change my text to white. Let me change the text to white. Then change my background to black to make this thing easy for me. Okay, Jesus Encounter Conference. Then you have your address. You have your address. Are we following? If you are lost, please ask a question. We'll get this done now. We call it the night. Okay, then glorious. It shouldn't be too big. Then I want to expand the tracking just to create distance between the letters. Ah, it's too much. Then let me bring it back again. This test is too high. Let me see if I can. This thing I just did now is unprofessional to shrink a test, but because I can manage it, that's why I did it. The King's Hall, let me make it bold. Let me make King's Hall bold. Then inquiry, something, blah, 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 blah. Then the test now, I mean the date, I can decide to say Wednesday, 26 July. Let me remove 2023. Jerry, I don't like it. Then let me remove 10 p.m. here. The 10 a.m. Let me look for poppins can still go. Let me make it black. Then think encapsulated. Clustering. Then maybe no somewhere under I can see right 10 p.m. There are various ways. There are so many places you can write this your time and date, but I just feel like doing it here. If I put it here, it's still not working. I'll take it off and put it somewhere else. I'll take it off and put it somewhere else. Okay, we'll get back to that later. So you say so far, so good. You can tell the future. The phone number just looking weird in my eye. All power belongs to Jesus. Oh, my system is dragging today, stressing me. Okay, I can reduce them if they are too big. Okay, so that's bring down this one. And the time and date, actually the date too obvious. Too obvious. Okay, encounter. I don't know. I'm having a challenge with this encounter. A challenge with this encounter. I'll just leave it like that. Okay, so on and so forth. So we can tell, right? We can tell right now that this is going to be a great design. By the time we invest our time and all that, you see, we are going to come up with something beautiful. By the time we style this, and so what thing we never write proof for this design right now. Okay, now the social media. We want to decorate the social media. Gone are those days that you now come and be writing Facebook, FB, IG, all those stuff. So I can introduce symbols. Okay, let me go. Where's my folder? Icon. Okay, let's say Instagram and Twitter, Jerry. Then I need the date and time symbol as well. Twitter. I'm done with this. This can go. Twitter. Let me bring Instagram first. So that's Instagram. Reduce. Oh, whose time is off? Oh, tonight we're taking time. Okay. Then I have the calendar, which I'm going to use to decorate the time, the dates. I can put it wherever I want to. The place I know is going to work for me. I think it's too big. Okay, then for the website, we can bring a web. We can also bring a web icon. Let me see if I have. I think I should have. Can bring a web icon. Okay, a domain icon to represent the website. So just give it another color to make it stand out. Okay, so on, and so forth. So after this, the next thing we are going to do is to add a background to the design. So unfortunately, arrangement first. This is where we are going to. This is where we are going to stop today. Then maybe I will have to save this so that in our next class we'll complete it in our next class. I have to give attention to my child. Okay. Flyer. Sample. Okay. So we are still going to work on this, but so far so good. This is the design that we have been able to come up with this design. And if these texts are still too big, we can bring them down, okay, to accommodate other things. But so far so good. I think this is what we're going to call it a night today. Question, please. Okay, Francis, say we are good. If you have a question, yes, yes, come. How are you? Thank you. God bless you. What's this? Okay, thank you. God bless you. Okay, if you have a question, let me know in the comments so that. Okay, somebody is asking. They will say, how did you use the lasso tool to make the photo transparent, and what did you press after you sketched a free hand sketch with the tool? Okay, as much as I understand your question, After drawing, say, what did you use the last? Say, how did you? Okay, sorry, how did you use? So how did you use the lasso to? Blah, blah. Okay, first of all, let me go. Let me open. Let me open another. Let me just quickly illustrate this now. Then we'll call it a nine. Let me open another Canva. So then let me bring this. Let me bring this picture here. Now, if I want to fade a part of this to the background, then I'm going to come here to select my polygonal lasso tool. Then I'm going to select. Just start clicking it to select the areas that you want to let go. I want to sacrifice this area. I want to blend it to the background. So after selecting that particular area, I'm going to right click. All right. While I'm still on polygonal lasso, so I'm going to right click. Then I select feathers. So this feather is to ensure that you have a smooth edge, not a rough edge. Now, if I make the feathers 10 now, for instance, you'll see. I'll click enter. So just press your delete button. You see, the line is very, very obvious. So the line is very obvious. So the moment I make it 100, for instance, 100, 100 is not a standard, depending on how big the picture is. I click on enter, then just press your delete or backspace, any of them. You see, it's blending to the background. The more I press, the more it blends to the background. So hope that's clear. That's how I did that. Send your question to the chat. Oh, that's it. Yeah. It's okay. So you can send. You can always post a question on the group. Very, 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 very okay. Okay, Taiwo. You say, how did you use the lasso tool to make the photo transparent with it press? Okay, I think I just explained that now. Taiwo, I just explained that now. Okay. So let me do it again for the last time. Oh, yeah. Okay, somebody say it's clear. Thank you so much. So this is where we're going to call it a night. If you are not subscribing to this YouTube channel already, so please do. If you're not subscribing already, so please do, because this is where we're going to be having our lecture, and we are going to be I'm going to be dropping tutorials here. Most of all these questions that we are asking, I'm going to be creating them, a video of them individually, separately, and I'll be uploading it so that you can go through it over and over again, and that'll be it. So follow us on Instagram, mentor_ng. Facebook is mentor. Twitter is mentor. That's it. So thank you so much. God bless you. So have a wonderful night rest. Thank you, Taiwo. Have a wonderful night rest, and God bless you. So all these things we are learning. Make sure on your own you are practicing it. Like I said yesterday. Thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. Like I said yesterday, nobody will make you a professional. So like at times you wonder why when you are in school, you buy handouts, you have textbook, teachers will be teaching you have to write, and at the end of the day, now when you have handout and you have textbook, what's supposed to be the essence of writing? You have to get everything, because nobody will make you a professional. I can only invest my knowledge in you. So being professional in this thing is by deliberate art. You have to give yourself to learning. You have to give yourself to learn. I've been doing this for close to 8 years now, and I still learn. Anytime I have the privilege to teach people, I learn as well. And in my own leisure time, I take out time to seek for design inspiration, try to get myself used to certain things, so that I'll be able to earn more, because the more you know, the more you earn. That's the rule of the game. All right, thank you so much. God bless you. Have a wonderful night rest.